This natural phenomenon can destroy entire cities in a matter of hours. Have you ever wondered how this disaster begins? And why does it happen at all? Today, we'll take you on a journey to understand everything you need to know about floods, from their beginnings to their devastating effects, and how to overcome them and ensure the safety of you and your family. Welcome, I'm Adam Carter. Let's dive into it. Simply put, a flood occurs when water levels in a specific area rise beyond the land's ability to absorb or contain it. This water can be the result of heavy rainfall, snowmelt, or even dam failures. The outcome? Powerful flows of water sweeping away everything in their path, including cities and buildings, sometimes occurring suddenly without any warning or gradually over time. However, floods aren't always a negative occurrence. In the past, floods have helped create fertile valleys known as floodplains. These valleys form as floodwaters rush through low-lying areas, eroding the earth and creating new channels and valleys. Flooding contributes to the deposition of silt and sediment in these regions, leading to the accumulation of clay and sand at the valley's bottom. Over time, and with repeated flooding, the valley widens and deepens due to the continuous force of flowing water, resulting in distinct valleys that can be observed in desert and mountainous areas. A prime example of such a valley is the Grand Canyon in the United States, formed over millions of years by flooding from the Colorado River, which carved deep gorges into the landscape. Flooding typically begins when large amounts of rain fall over a short period. If the rain is heavy enough or lasts long enough, it exceeds the surface water levels or the land's ability to absorb it. Soil acts like a sponge. When it's dry, it can absorb a certain amount of water. But if the soil is already saturated from previous rain or does not absorb water easily, it won't be able to take in more, causing water to flow over the surface. This surface runoff occurs when rainfall exceeds the soil's absorption capacity, directing water towards natural low points such as rivers, streams, or lakes. In large cities, where buildings and roads cover significant areas, concrete and asphalt surfaces prevent water absorption. This greatly increases the amount of surface runoff and contributes to flooding, spreading water throughout the city. As rainfall continues and surface water flows into rivers and streams, water levels in these waterways rise. If the water volume is significant and the river or stream cannot contain it, water begins to overflow its banks, inundating adjacent areas. This process can take hours or days, depending on the amount of rain, river capacity, and soil type. An example of this is the 2017 Houston floods caused by Hurricane Harvey, which exemplifies how floods can result from heavy rain. The city experienced record-breaking rainfall due to the hurricane, with some areas receiving over 40 inches of rain in a short time. Water flooded streets, homes, and infrastructure, leading to massive property and economic losses. The flooding persisted for several days, necessitating the evacuation of residents. In other regions, flooding may begin due to snowmelt, where large amounts of ice melt quickly with rising temperatures due to climate change and global warming, adding immense volumes of water to rivers and causing floods, as seen with the Ural floods in Russia this year. Sometimes, floods can also occur due to human-made disasters, such as dam failures, which can release vast amounts of water in a short time, similar to a bomb. This rapid increase in water levels can overwhelm rivers, like the Banqiao Dam failure in China, where a significant engineering error led to the dam's collapse, inundating multiple cities and causing numerous casualties. So, why do floods happen? There are several reasons ranging from natural to human causes. Let's look at some key factors. Heavy rainfall. When it rains heavily for an extended period, streams and rivers fill quickly, leading to significantly increased water levels. Snowmelt. As previously mentioned, rapid snowmelt in spring can cause flooding in nearby areas. Dam failures. Infrastructure failures, such as old dams or inadequate drainage systems, can lead to catastrophic flooding. Climate change also significantly impacts the increased frequency of floods. With rising global temperatures, evaporation rates from oceans and lakes increase, leading to higher humidity levels in the atmosphere. This can result in unusually heavy rainfall, heightening the risk of floods. Additionally, prolonged heat waves can dry out the ground, making it less capable of absorbing water when it rains, which increases the likelihood of flash floods. Floods can cause extensive damage, from destroying homes and infrastructure to massive financial losses. They also pose serious health risks, as stagnant water can spread diseases. Environmentally, floods can lead to soil erosion and crop destruction, impacting food security and potentially causing famine. They can also contaminate water sources with chemicals and waste. Economically, floods disrupt activities such as agriculture and industry, leading to significant losses. Finally, floods can result in population displacement, creating major humanitarian challenges. With the increasing prevalence of floods due to climate change, preparedness has become more crucial than ever. Both individuals and governments have responsibilities in this regard. Let's start with government responsibilities. Building effective drainage systems. Ensuring strong infrastructure for rainwater and flood drainage is crucial. While developing this infrastructure requires significant investment and time, it is essential. Awareness programs. Governments should implement educational initiatives to raise public awareness about flood risks. Flood prediction technology. Developing flood prediction systems is vital. For instance, the town of Cary in North Carolina uses real-time sensors connected to the internet to measure water levels, providing alerts to disaster management authorities. Satellite radar technology. Researchers at the University of Queensland in Australia have developed radar imaging technology using satellites equipped with sensors to monitor clouds, improving flood mapping and forecasting capabilities. Now, it's your turn as a citizen to protect yourself and your family. Before a flood, ensure you fill containers with clean water and store non-perishable food. Prepare an emergency kit with first aid supplies, necessary medications, clothing, and some cash. Keep important documents in plastic bags to protect them from water damage. Place valuable items in elevated areas to avoid damage. Identify a safe evacuation route and avoid electrical lines or submerged appliances. Seek higher ground, such as a school or church. After the flood, do not return home until authorities allow it, and stay away from potentially unstable buildings. Clean your home from spilled liquids and flammable materials, and avoid eating food that may have been contaminated with floodwaters. In conclusion, floods are a part of nature that we must respect. Despite their destructive power, we can use science and technology to learn how to adapt to them and mitigate their damage. Just like any challenge humanity faces, we can overcome it and continue our journey on planet Earth. That's all for today. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments and I'll answer them in a separate video.